Hi, my name is David Clay, and welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I've posted a yoga video, but I just want to welcome you to our home here in Prescott Valley. And we'll start here in Child's Pose. So let's bring our knees about mat width apart. We can begin by sitting on our heels. Notice how this feels. And really begin to focus in on your breath. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips. And let's just walk our hands out in front of us. Bring the forehead towards the mat. And just let the breath flow freely. And reach the fingertips out. Feel a nice stretch along the sides of the body. It's a nice hip opener, and just reach through the fingertips. Really get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Just following your breath. One more inhale here. And exhale. Let's come into our tabletop position. So make sure that your knees are directly under your hips and your wrists are directly under your shoulders. And we're going to grip the mat with our fingertips to take some pressure off of our wrists. I'm going to breathe here. Inhale. Then as you exhale, let's go ahead and lift the knees off the mat. And feel your core beginning to engage here. We'll take 2 more breaths right here. Keep pressing the mat away. You can even hunch your back as you exhale. And this time on the exhalation, let's send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Heels reach back and towards the floor. And see if you can soften your heart towards the mat. Relax your neck. You can gaze between your feet here. Feel as if you're pressing the mat away. Feeling very active in this posture. Exhale. This time as you inhale, gaze forward. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and begin to walk our feet towards our hands. Press your fingertips into the mat. Let's take a half rise here as you reach through the crown. Inhale. Gaze towards the floor, and then as you exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Clasp your ankles, draw your spine down. This time, inhale, we're going to float up. Reach up. Reach the fingertips out wide. Externally rotate your shoulders. Inhale, reach through the fingertips, gazing up. Then exhale, hands into Namaste prayer. We find ourselves in Tadasana, mountain pose. We can have our feet about hip width apart. Feel your shoulder blades moving back. Let your shoulders feel relaxed as you reach through the crown of your head, elongating your spine. This time we're going to inhale. Fingertips float up, reach through the fingertips, gazing towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, let's bend the knees, swim the hands behind, and clasp your hands together, coming into Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. There's a variation here. The hands are behind us. We can begin to lift the hands off the back, and breathe as you exhale, bowing a little deeper here. So the knees are bent. The weight is carried through the quadriceps really are working here. And your shoulders are getting a nice stretch. And notice how the pectoral muscles are feeling in this pose. Relax your face. Inhale here. And as you exhale, unclasp your hands. And then sweep your fingertips along the mat, coming into full Utkatasana. Sail the hips back. Reach through the fingertips. Inhale here. Then as you exhale, let's swan dive into forward fold. Begin to straighten your knees. Send the hamstrings back. Clasp the ankles. Draw your spine down. Elbows wide. Exhale. Inhale. Push your palms into your shins. Reach through your crown with a flat back. And then exhale. Hands down. Left foot back into lunge. Breathing here. Inhale. Reaching that left heel back. And then as you exhale, Step the right foot back into plank pose. Breathe. Inhale. Press the mat away and you can dome the spine. Then as you exhale, it's bring the knees and chest on and the chin onto the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep your chest between your hands for cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Then as you exhale, tuck your toes under. Press the mat away. Hips high and back. Heels reach back into the floor. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale, let's step your left foot forward. Lower your hips down and forward. Breathing here, pressing that right heel back this time. Then as you exhale, right foot forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Brings us back into Tadasana, reaching up through the fingertips. Coming onto the toes, and then as you exhale, heels down. The heart shines forward and down. Exhale. You can clasp the ankles, draw the spine down. Inhale, press your palms into your shins. Reach through your crown, gazing towards the floor in front of you. Exhale, hands down, right foot back into lunge. Lower your hips down and forward. Right heel presses back. Exhale, hands flatten, left foot back into our plank pose. Feel your core engaging here in plank. We have an option to either do our knees, chest, and chin onto the mat, or we can come forward onto the toes, bend the elbows straight back, and coming into Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Then downward dog, hips high and back. Heels reach for the floor. Keep pressing the hips back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, press your left heel back. Exhale, left foot forward, clasping your ankles, draw your spine down, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Bring us all the way back onto our toes. Then exhale, hands into Namaste prayer. So now we'll do our sun salutation, but we're going to actually add on, we'll add Trikonasana to it. So we're going to inhale, arms out, reach up through fingertips. We can take a slight back bend. And then exhale, swan dive into forward fold. Clasp your ankles, draw your spine down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down by your feet. Left foot back into lunge. Breathing, inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale onto your toes. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Gaze towards your hands. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Left heel comes down onto your mat. You can have an alignment with our heels. I like to have my heels pretty much in the same line here. The left foot is about 45 or so degrees pointing towards the left part of your room, left corner. Then as you inhale, you're going to reach through the fingertips, press your right foot into the mat and engage your core and come up into warrior one. Then as you exhale, we're going to open that left hip up, come into warrior two. Relax your shoulders. Gaze towards your right middle finger. Feel strong in that back leg. Feel connected here. And breathe. Inhale, extend through your fingertips, and then as you exhale, let's bring the left hand onto the left hip. Let's straighten that right knee. Send the right hip down and the left hip back. Then inhale, reach through the right fingertips and place your right hand onto your shin. And imagine that you're stuck between two panes of glass. So you're going to slide the right hip under the left. Left hip opens up, and let's bring our left hand onto our left shoulder. Feel the left shoulder open as you lift your left hand straight up. You can tuck your chin in slightly and then turn to gaze towards your left thumbnail. Always let your breath flow as you inhale. Extend through the left fingertips. Exhale. Just one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and bend that right knee. Come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Inhale here. Exhale. Windmill the hands down by your feet. Left heel comes up. Lower your hips down and forward. Meet that stretch in your left hip flexors here.
One more deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hands flatten, right foot steps back into plank. Same thing on this side. We can do our Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Pressing the fingertips into the mat. Pressing that index finger knuckles into the mat. Now inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, left foot steps between your hands, right heel comes down. Inhale, press that left foot into the mat and engage your core and rise up. Warrior one, arms come out to the sides, gazing up. Then as you exhale, right hip opens up for warrior two. Inhale, arms away from the midline. We're stacking our left ankle directly over we're stacking our left knee directly over our left ankle. Inhale, extend. Soften your shoulders and your gaze towards your left middle finger. Fingers can spread wide apart. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand onto right hip. Let's go ahead and straighten your left knee. Send the right hip back. The left hip moves down. Inhale, reach through the left fingertips and find your shin. Right hip is going to come open and slide that left hip under the right. Right hand onto the right shoulder. Encourage the right shoulder to open. Inhale, right arm straight up. Tuck your chin in and then gently turn the gaze towards your right thumbnail. And if your neck feels tired in this position, go ahead and gaze towards your left foot as you inhale, extend. Breathing, exhale. Inhale, feel that stretch in your left hamstrings here. And then exhale, bend your left knee, come all the way back up into warrior two. All right, inhale here. Exhale, spiral your hands down. Right heel comes up. Lower your hips down and forward. Right heel presses back. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Clasp your ankles, draw your spine down. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Brings us all the way to standing, onto our toes. Exhale, hands into namaste prayer. Okay, this is going to be a shorter video. Normally what I usually do is I do a ladder so we could add poses onto that. So we would do Trikonasana again, but then we would do half moon, and we'll do that in probably the next video. For this one, we're just going to vinyasa down into a comfortable seated position. So inhale the arms out, reach up, exhale, swan dive into forward fold, clasp your ankles, draw spine down, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Reach through the crown. Exhale, hands down. Let's step back into plank pose. Breathing here, inhale. Just exhale into downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your knees down. Returning to child's pose. Big toes touch. Press your hips back. And lower the heart towards the floor. Okay. And let's come on up and come into a nice comfortable seated position. It's kind of a sukhasana here. Now what I wanted to explore here with you all is this 90, I think it's 90 degree posture. And it's really a little bit like pigeon. So the way we do it is make sure your right shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat, and we're gonna externally or internally rotate this left hip. So now the right leg is in a 90-degree angle, and your left leg is also in a 90-degree angle. This is an exterior rotation of the right hip and an interior rotation of the left hip. Now see if you can get your left hip down in this posture. And stay here. Just reach through the crown and square the hips and square your shoulders towards the front of the mat. And breathe into your hips here. Reach through the crown. Inhale. Then as you exhale, we're going to reach the heart forward. We're aiming to have the heart over that right shin. And be very kind to yourself in this position. A lot of us have tight hips as part of our culture. We aren't really sitting on the floor that much, so we can have tighter hips. And we just want to be gentle with yourself. You might not be this far down. Eventually, perhaps the forehead moves towards the floor. You want to send your intention and your breath into that right hip, your intention for that right hip to open. Let's breathe into your right hip. Relax your face. And take one more full breath here. Then as we exhale, let's go ahead and press the fingertips into the mat, coming back up. Pay attention to this left hip now. Feel as if you can send the left hip down. And then inhale, reach the right arm up. And really feel the stretch in the right side of the body. And maybe even bring the fingertips towards the left here as you experience the stretch in the right and the front of the body and the right side of the body. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, let's bring that right hand down. From here, we're going to inhale, extend the left hand up and over to the right. And exhale, come all the way back to center. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to change sides. So now our left shin is parallel to the left edge of the mat, and that knee is a 90-degree angle. And this is an external rotation of this left hip, an internal rotation of the right hip. And it's that internal rotation that we don't usually experience in our normal day or normal lives. So think about that right hip pressing down. Okay, I'm gonna square your shoulders towards the front of your mat. Inhale here. So like we did before, we're gonna shine that heart forward, hinging at the hip and coming forward. And just experiencing that stretch in the left hip here. It's kind of the target area as that left hip is opening. Let's breathe into the left hip. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. You can always come out of a pose early if you like. Always be kind to yourself. And then exhale, we can press our fingertips into the mat. We'll pay attention to this right hip now, feeling that internal rotation, pressing that right hip down. Then inhale, left arm up, reach through the left fingertips and experience the stretch in the left side of the body. Bringing that the left fingertips towards the right. Inhale, extend, and exhale, release. All right. Other side, inhale, right arm up and over. Feel the stretch on the right side here. And exhale, come all the way back to center. Good. All right, let's find a nice, comfortable position. And we'll do a pigeon prep. And that was kind of a pigeon prep. This time, we're going to stack our shins on top of each other. Reach through the heart and crown. Then exhale, feel the heart moving forward and breathe. Let's breathe into your hips here. Just one more breath. And then exhale, let's walk our hands back in. And we're going to change sides to lean back. And now the left leg is on top of the right. You can really feel this openness here. And sometimes can be space between your knee and your ankle. And we just want to maybe put a block there or maybe a pillow. Okay. I'm going to inhale here, lift the heart. Then exhale, the heart moves forward and down. And you can really begin to feel that stretch in the hips. So walk the fingertips away
Relax your face and breathe. And if you're up here, that's fine. We're just experiencing or exploring, how our hips are feeling today. And then exhaling, we can walk our hands back in. Sit up nice and tall. Lean back and let's come into Dandasana, staff pose. Pay attention to your palms as you press your palms into the mat. Feel your shoulder blades moving towards each other. Lift your heart. Reach through the crown. Breathing, exhale. Inhale, let's sweep our arms out to the sides. Reach through the fingertips. And here we're going to exhale, hinge at your hips, and find wherever's available to reach. It can be your knees or your calf muscles, ankles, or even your feet. We can feel this as a lower back stretch, hamstring stretch. In fact, it's a really nice stretch for the entire back line of your body. Just notice your breath. And begin to relax your neck. You can draw the lower abdominal muscles in, just tightening them a little bit as you reach through the crown, reach through the heart, and exhale. Just one breath here. And then as you exhale, reach through the fingertips now, inhaling. Arms out to the sides, and then up and gazing up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, the fingertips just rain on down. Spin both knees, soles of the feet onto the mat. Let's bring our hands in front of our knees and slowly and gradually roll the spine all the way down. And we can go ahead and straighten your knees and allow the body to rest onto the mat. You can tuck your shoulders under if you like. The palms can face up. And allow the body to just breathe normally. Just notice how the body feels. Notice the connection that you're making with the earth and your body. As you exhale, allow your body to feel heavy. As you inhale, allow yourself to feel light as a feather. Exhale, let the body feel even heavier. As you inhale, allow yourself to feel as if that you're endless, untethered to your body. Exhale, let go of your connection with your body. As you inhale, allow yourself to explore the further ranges of consciousness. And then I invite you to remain in Shavasana for as long as you like. Then whenever you're ready, you can reach your fingertips over your head. Give yourself a nice stretch here. And then very mindfully rolling over onto your right side. And stay here for a moment or two. Just allow the body to come back. Having that connection with the consciousness and the body again. Then when you feel centered and grounded, you can come on up into a nice, comfortable seated position.
And just feel as if you're pressing down into the ground with your sit bones. At the same time, you're reaching up through the crown of your head, elongating your spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Notice your breath. I inhale with gratitude. I exhale with compassion for all beings. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. Peace. Test, test, test.